Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. President Duterte has ordered the deferment of the implementation of Republic Act number 11229 or the Child Safety in Motor Vehicles Act after considering the people's plight in the coronavirus pandemic, according to Malacanang. Duterte also ordered the suspension of the implementation of the Motor Vehicle Inspection System or MVIS of the Land Transportation Office after complaints from legislators and citizen groups regarding its expensive charge on the yearly vehicle registration. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque made the announcement following the wide public criticism on the said law that requires private motorists to use car seats for children younger than 12 years old and below 4 feet 11 inches to protect them in case of a crash. According to Roque, Duterte made the decision after considering the plight of the people. Last week, President Duterte's longtime aide, Senator Christopher Bongo, said the president does not want the law to be implemented at a time when people are suffering due to the pandemic. Lawmakers from the House of Representatives were likewise mulling the passage of a measure that will allow Duterte to suspend the implementation of the said law that took effect on February 2.
Nagdesisyon na po ang ating presidente. Ipinagpaliban po or deferred ang pagpapatupad o implementasyon ng child car seats.
The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, or SBRC, chaired by Senator Richard J. Gordon, has launched an SBRC complaints desk on poor land transportation office services. Gordon said the public, especially the motorcycle owners, can now send their concerns and grievances on poor and unlawful services of the Land Transportation Office through the online complaint desk launched on Wednesday nights. The online form, found at www.lingkodgordon.com, aims to collect data in connection to the Blue Ribbon's ongoing investigation on the alleged misfeasance, malfeasance, and nonfeasance in the implementation of Republic Act number 11235 or the Motorcycle Crime Prevention Law. On top of the 18 million backlog on the release of motorcycle plates and numerous killing incidents perpetrated by motorcycle riding gunmen, it was disclosed during the hearing that the LTO is allowing the dealers to collect the installment money without giving the buyer the ownership documents, which enables the dealers to resell the motorcycles as demonstration units. Apart from slow and unruly services of the LTO, the Blue Ribbon also encourages the public to report incidents and crimes involving the use of motorcycle vehicles. President Duterte said the Philippines and the European Union should reinforce their ties amid present challenges, but added there should be mutual respect and protection of human rights. Duterte made the statement as he accepted the credentials of Ambassador-designate of the EU to the Philippines, Luc Varon, in Malacanang on Wednesday, February 10. In his remarks, President Duterte said the Philippines and the EU share a deep respect for democracy and the rule of law that can improve more the relationship between the two parties even more. The president said that despite the coronavirus pandemic, the Philippines will partner with the EU to enhance trade and to promote the protection of the rights of all. Duterte likewise expressed the Philippines' readiness to further enhance cooperation on climate change and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. For his part, Ambassador Varon assured President Duterte that the EU is eager to pursue the effective implementation of its partnership and cooperation agreement with the Philippines in all areas. Veron said that the EU has a strategic interest in a stable, prosperous, and secured Philippines. The Philippine National Police has mobilized special units that will run after persons or groups engaged in smuggling and selling vaccines for the coronavirus disease in the country. PNP Chief General Debold Sinas said he had already instructed the Criminal Investigation Detection Group and the Intelligence Group to continuously monitor black market activities for counterfeit and unauthorized COVID-19 vaccines that may have entered the country. On Tuesday, the National Task Force on COVID-19, the Department of Health, and the Food and Drugs Administration reminded the public that the selling of COVID-19 vaccines are prohibited. This after reports have been circulating that the COVID-19 vaccines are being sold in Manila and other parts of the country. The vaccines are believed to have been smuggled into the Philippines from other countries, especially China. Based on the policy of the World Health Organization, only governments could strike a deal for the purchase of COVID-19 vaccines with pharmaceutical companies. Even local government units and private companies have to seek approval from the Philippine government to buy the vaccines through a tripartite agreement. The PNP has already finished its PNP vaccination plan Caduceus, the plan involving threat assessment, contingency planning, and simulation exercises in pilot areas, as well as organization of the medical reserve forces, interagency coordination, and operational planning by police regional offices. In Metro News, Metro mayors urged to take first COVID-19 jabs. Quezon City LGU begins contact tracing and testing close contacts of a resident found to have UK variant virus. And International Bamboo Organ Festival to be held online. More from this report.
Metro Manila mayors were urged to volunteer themselves to get first jab of the COVID-19 vaccine in their respective cities. The idea to have city mayors lead their city's vaccination rollout was floated by Metropolitan Manila Development Authority Chairman Benhur Abalos during the visit of the Coordinated Operations to Defeat the Epidemic or CODE team to San Juan City on Wednesday, February 10. Abalos added that aside from city mayors, popular athletes could also volunteer to get their COVID-19 vaccines first. San Juan City Mayor Francisco Zamora and Marikina Mayor Marcelino Mercio Teodoro both volunteers themselves to get the first COVID-19 vaccine in their respective cities. For them, this move will help boost the residents' confidence in vaccines. Residents of community in Riverside, Barangay Commonwealth in Quezon City will undergo contact tracing and testing for coronavirus disease after a 35-year-old patient who was quarantined in the area was found to have the UK variant of the virus. The patient and his companion who was isolated at the same apartment will be transferred to the city's isolation facility, according to local government. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte says the local government will file complaints against the manning agency of a UK variant COVID-19 patient after it released the patient from its first quarantine hotel in Manila and transferred him to an apartment in QC via Grab despite testing positive. The 46th International Bamboo Organ Festival will be held online due to the coronavirus pandemic, according to the organizer. The event is scheduled from March 5 to 7 at 8 p.m. and the program will be available to watch on Facebook IBOF 46 online. Through the camera, there will be a unique view on the keyboard of the bamboo organ to be played by Armando Salarza, an international concert organist, and has been the titular organist of the bamboo organ for 28 years. He is also the currently director of the IBOF. Aside from Salarza, various artists from Belgium, Switzerland, and the Philippines will play tunes using their own grand pipe organ. Donations may be sent to the following accounts flashed on your screen.
Here are the top news in other parts of the country. Town Hall in Kamsur locked down due to COVID-19. Teen found dead in Leyte flooding as rate of rainfall more than doubled. And CHR-Negros sees no malice in Silay police parade of COVID-19 violators. Here are the details.
The local government unit of Laguna in Camarines Sur province was placed on lockdown on Wednesday after a man whose wife tested positive for the coronavirus disease had close contact with several town hall employees. Mayor Delphine Pilapil III advised the public that business transaction at the town hall is temporarily suspended as the LGU would undergo disinfection and contact tracing. Data from the local interagency task force on emerging infectious diseases show that as of Wednesday, the town has recorded 7 COVID-19 active patients with cumulative 26 cases and 3 reported deaths. A 15-year-old male was found dead Thursday after allegedly drowning in the flood caused by days of heavy downpour brought about by the tail end of the frontal system. The teenager was among those who were trapped in the flood that reached up to the roofs of dozens of houses in Suchi Village, Sitio Caloocan, Barangay San Jose, Palo, Leyte. Work and classes in Palo Town also remain suspended since at least 22 of the 33 villages were soaked in flood while a landslide was reported in Barangay Barayong. According to the Police Regional Office 8 based in Palo Town, at least 53 individuals were rescued while 68 have evacuated and 2 were reported wounded. The Commission on Human Rights in Negros Occidental said that the parade of COVID-19 violators in Silay City was blown out of proportion when some described it as a parade of zombies. The Silay City Police Station made headlines when a video showing 39 violators raising their arms forward while walking as if they were zombies was posted online. The Silay City Police Station said that they are open for an investigation, claiming that they had not violated any rights of the violators, whom they cannot all accommodate at the station due to the limited space. The CHR in Negros Occidental noted that it was good that the city police force conducted seminar about the health protocols since some of them reportedly did not believe in the threat of COVID-19.
And in world news, tight or double face masks can help limit COVID transmission according to a study. World Health Organization okays AstraZeneca jabs for COVID-19 variants and those aged over 65. Earliest shell horn played for the first time in 17,000 years. Let's watch this.
Wearing a tight fitting or 2 masks can help limit the transmission of the COVID-19, according to a new U.S. study released on February 10, 2021. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention study said the transmission of the virus can be reduced up to 95% if both uninfected individual and uninfected individual wear tightly fitted surgical masks or a cloth and surgical mask combination. The effectiveness of cloth and medical procedure masks can be improved by ensuring that they are well fitted to the contours of the face to prevent leakage of air around the mask's edges, according to CDC. The AstraZeneca Oxford COVID-19 vaccine can be used for people aged over 65 and also where coronavirus variants of concern are circulating, according to World Health Organization's experts said Wednesday, soothing fears about the jab. The WHO's Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization issued interim recommendations from when and how to use the 2-shot vaccine, which has yet to receive WHO emergency use authorization. The expert concluded that given its performance with the younger adults, it is likely that the vaccine will be found to be efficacious in older persons. The trial's data indicate that the vaccine is safe for the age group. After more than 17,000 years of silence and decades forgotten in French museum, a shell fashioned on a horn by a prehistoric ancestors had been played again as a result of a new research published Wednesday. Scientists believe that the Asian conch, from a species of large sea snail still present in the Atlantic and North Sea, is the oldest wind instrument of its type yet found. But a new examination using modern technology found not only that it had only been altered, but that it could still hold a note or 3 as it turned out. Played by a musician, it had tones close to C, C sharp, and D, and it boomed at a resounding 100 decibels at a meter from a conch.
And in entertainment, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, is taking advantage of the country's beautiful resources in its information dissemination campaign. One of the highlighted campaigns of the department is the proper disposal of used face masks, for which the department chose Miss Eco Teen International 2020, Roberta Angela Tamundong, as a worthy advocate. The DENR posted on its Facebook page an instructional video featuring the teen beauty queen demonstrating the proper way of disposing used face masks. Undersecretary Benny Antiporda, head of the Solid Waste Management and local government units concerns, said the proper waste disposal during this time of pandemic is vital since it ensures the protection of garbage collectors, whom he also considers frontliners in the fight against the coronavirus disease. The 18-year-old Tamundong is the first Filipina to win the Miss Eco Teen International Beauty Pageant. She also holds the title of Ambassador for the Environment for the United Nations. In sports, Alyssa Valdez has been tapped as chairperson of the Philippine National Volleyball Federation Incorporated's Athletes Commission, following the creation of various commissions for the association. Valdez, who plays for the Creamline Cool Smashers in the Premier Volleyball League, will join Abby Maraño as vice chairperson, Denden Lazaro Revilla as secretary, and John Vic de Guzman as vice secretary. The commission will deal with the concerns of athletes that could be easily addressed by PNVF officials. PVL Commissioner Tony Liao has also been appointed as chairman of the National Team Department, a crucial position that will oversee the selection of the national team. Former national team member Richard Gomez was also appointed as Liao's secretary. And those are the news on Web today, February 11, 2021. It's the eve of the Chinese New Year. Let us all welcome the year of the mighty metal ox with hope and prosperity around the world. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.